So what's going on, guys? It's Captain America. Hope you guys are well, and thank you so much for coming onto this channel. So as always, starting off with the match stats. So for this game we did win 7-1. It was we were 1-0 down within the first 2 minutes of the game, and then after that we just literally thrashed the team. And overall we did have 52% possession with 20 shots in total versus 5 from the opposition. I was playing as a right midfielder, but I had a cam build, a central attacking midfielder build, and that's something I prefer even when I play as a striker, just using my cam build, because it's really good in terms of its dribbling, ball control, agility, as well as pace as well, which is always needed. Like, my shooting is I think like 85 rated, but again I do get really good like amount of goals as well scored, but predominantly it's more for me to look at crosses as well as assists. But yeah, so for me, I had a 10.0 match rating, so max rating in general. I had 1 goal and 2 assists, 85% passing accuracy, 95% dribbling accuracy. I made 6 tackles at 50% accuracy, 7 possessions won, and then 5 possession lost. I was man of the match, but honestly, Thiago does get a massive mention in this one because he scored 1 goal, but also had like 4 assists, so a very pivotal cam role that he played for us. And we did have like a complete team as well on our side. It was nice to have, especially, we were competing against this opposition that also had a very near to completion of human players. But of course, the more goals that we scored, the more that they left. But that's their loss, man, because I don't know what happened to us in terms of like letting the goal in within the first 2 minutes. But look, we were trialing out the normal Pro League formation that's always used, the 3-5-2. We tend to go for 4-1-2-1-2. That's something that we've always been used to. But then yesterday we were like, look, we've got 3 centre backs. Let's give it a go and let's see how it goes. But we did play some games. It was always hard to mould in because we play very central. So it's always hard to have those very wide, let's say, right midfielders as well as left midfielders. But again, we just need to get accustomed to the actual formation. But no, either way, a great performance from the boys, and just sharing with you some of the highlights in terms of how the goals went. So as mentioned, they did score the first goal, but we did come back with Thiago doing a very good corner with Sergio headering it in for the goal, for the first goal from our side of things to make it 1-1. Second goal, it was a great ball whipped in from myself on the right side, and it was converted by Amigor, so well done. Third goal was Thiago passed to me, and I scored a really peach of a goal. And then the fourth goal was again a similar goal to the first one, Thiago doing the corner to Sergio for the goal. And then the fifth goal happened with good team building, X to Emigor in the box and then him to get the 5th goal. And then the 6th one, it was a great little cheeky pass inside to the box. And then Thiago gets, let's say, a really good shot, but the goalkeeper saves it. And then he gets the rebound goal for that, so well done, Thiago. And then the 7th goal, great passing, counter-attacking football, literally on the 90th minute. Thiago passes it over to Sergio, and Sergio completes less of the hat-trick as a centre-back. So, GG boys, very good performance on our side. Please do enjoy the match, yep. I think that's something that I really enjoyed playing as a right midfielder. And if you are interested in my cam build, then just please do let me know. I'm more than happy to share it. And I don't think I've done one as a max skill point, let's say cam central attacking midfielder build. So if there is of any interest from you guys, please do place it on the comments down below, and I'm more than happy to share it. But yeah, so what we're going to do now then is, guys, while you guys enjoyed this video, we're going to be discussing real life football talk. So, we're going to be talking about today's fixtures. So I'm doing this video around like 12 o'clock. By the time I fully edit it, render it and upload it on YouTube, it's going to be around, I think, 6 PM UK time. Majority of the games would have finished, and I think it's the Arsenal game which is left to finish at that time. But either way, I'm just going to, share my predictions with you guys, plus Liverpool as well. They've, as you guys know, I am a Liverpool supporter, and one of the transfer talks being very pivotal is around the midfielder position. But Klopp has now, raised his hand and said, look, yes, the long-term strategy was not to make any more purchases or transfers within this window, but it looks as if, because the injuries that Liverpool have, like, I was looking at a picture, man, and we can make a full 11 in each position apart from the left back in terms of first team players that are off injured. And I was like, wow, man, like it's just insane. So we really need to purchase someone in midfield, but again, it needs to be the right choice. Bellingham has always been the option from Dortmund, very youthful player, 19 years old, a British player as well. So I think it's going to be interesting to see if they do go for a bid for him, but I don't see Bellingham moving this summer, and I think Dortmund is very, like, let's say, strong on the stance as well. But let's see who's out in the market. Maybe we're going to poach De Jong from United, man. That's going to be proper banter, and they've been going on for him for like a month or two, which if we do get him, that's going to be hilarious, man. That's it. I think, you know, United just automatically should just stop any transfers and just, I don't know, just get relegated, let's say. But yeah, let's see what happens with Liverpool. But moving on over to today's predictions, guys. So again, these are my predictions. These are my opinions. Do let me know what your ones are. It's going to be a bit tough because by the time I launch the bloody video, it's going to be majority of the results would have come in. So for now, let's just do for like because it's just, yeah, that's how we have to go. But this is going to be my predictions, okay? So we've got, I think, Southampton versus Man United is kicking off around, I think, 12:30, 12:45 UK time. But the prediction that I have is it's going to be 2-1 win to United. Yes, they are playing away. You know, they've done very well against Liverpool. It's going to be a question now if it's going to be the same lineup that they played or started against Liverpool, or if they're going to maybe, you know, be flexible and try out Maguire in centre-back as well as Ronaldo up front. So that will be interesting, but honestly I think they should just keep the same formation as well as lineup that they've done well with against Liverpool. They did play very well, don't get me wrong. They played very well. So now against Southampton, it's going to be interesting to see how they progress with this. They just beat, let's say, Leicester City just very recently, 2-1. Leicester's not doing very well, but again, they are playing, I think, later on today against Chelsea. So I've got a little note on that as well. But yeah, 2-1 win for United on that basis. And then we've got next up is Liverpool versus Bournemouth. As mentioned, I am a Liverpool fan, and, you know, it's not a great start for them. They've drawn 2, they've lost now to United, and now it's a case where they have to get a result. They have beaten Bournemouth previously at home, and, you know, I think it's going to be not a goal fest, but in my opinion, I think it's going to be 3-0 with a clean sheet. Again, it depends on the lineup, man. Like, if he goes for Hendo and Milner again, and Fabinho, like, there's no point even playing the match because it's going to be too defensive. He needs to take the risk, Klopp does, and go for Carvalho, Elliott, as well as Fabinho in that midfield. Or go for a more of a risk and put Trent in midfield with Fabinho and then Elliott or Carvalho starting up, one of them, and then maybe getting subbed on to replace each other. And then as right back, put Gomez, because Trent now, if you watch the game, watch how Liverpool play, okay? When they attack, Trent doesn't go majority of the times to the wing anymore. Salah drifts over to the wing quite far. And then Trent moves over to like a midfielder position, like a right CM, like a right central midfielder. And that's the way that he should be playing. I think, you know, I've mentioned it in my previous video, I don't know if it was yesterday. Kimmich, you know, he's evolved his role. He was a right back or full back, let's say. And now he's one of the, let's say, best in his position, even as a central midfielder. He's like a ball-winning box-to-box midfielder. He defends, he tackles, plus he scores goals and creates goals. So, no, I think I think the risk should be taken, man, especially how Liverpool started. And let's see if we do get any more midfielders. But yeah, 3-0 on that. And then Chelsea versus Leicester, I think this is going to be really interesting due to the fact that Chelsea did lose 3-0 to Leeds just recently, and then Koulibaly getting red carded as well. You know, Chelsea's done well within the transfer market to get their defensive side strong. They've always done well defensively, don't get me wrong, but they lack in their striking area, and they lost Lukaku as well as Werner. And both of these two individuals are now banging in goals and, giving assists to their teammates. But they can't do that at Chelsea, and Chelsea either need to, I don't know, grow something and make a purchase for Ronaldo, even if it's for a season or two. At least they guarantees Champions League football for him, and man is going to be scoring regardless. He's a goal scoring legend, man. I just don't understand. Havertz can't play in that role, centre forward. And they're going for, was it Gordon? I think it's now been accepted or whatever the case is, I don't know. But again, he's more of a left winger or attacking midfielder. Like, they still don't have a right for out or out for out, striker. So I don't know, man. I think for this one, I have given it, just bear with me, it's on my phone, 2-0 to Chelsea. I don't know where the goals are going to happen, but let's see. I think Sterling will get one, and I don't know, maybe, I don't know, someone else at Chelsea, maybe Kepa or something, will come on, get himself as a manager position and just go back on the pitch again. But yeah, and then moving swiftly over to Man City versus Crystal Palace. Again, Man City having a so-so performance against Newcastle. Don't get me wrong, Newcastle played very well. A very good team to look out for this season. I did mention it yesterday. I think Liverpool have the most goals per game, like average. points for 2022. I think it was around like 2.45. Man City being second around 2.37.
Beautiful.
Newcastle being third at like 2. So, you know, they've done very well under Eddie Howe. So, you know, Newcastle itself, I think it's going to be great for their performance tomorrow against Wolves. I was like bloody confused there. I was like, why am I talking about Newcastle? So, yeah, so Man City didn't do well over that period. Crystal Palace playing quite well in terms of the counter-attacking football previously. But again, it's going to be a tough game for them against Man City. It's going to be 3-1, I see, for Man City with Haaland scoring. Brentford versus Everton. So for this one, I've given it 2-1 to Brentford. I think Everton, they've made some very strange acquisitions over this. I don't know, their transfer policy's been so weird over the past seasons. Like, they just bought Mopé, wherever it is, from Brighton. I don't know why. Like, he doesn't really have like a very good goal scoring, let's say, ratio versus the games that he's played. Like, it's really bad. So I don't know how it's going to be, but don't get me wrong, he's a very aggressive and physical player, and we see that, you know, when he taunts Arsenal players, Liverpool as well, he does the aggressive type of play. But as a goal scorer, he's not great, so it's going to be really interesting to see how he moulds into Everton. But I do see this being, if Brentford are at home, 2-1 to Brentford. Then the next one is Brighton versus Leeds. I see 2-1 win for Leeds. You know, a great performance as mentioned against Chelsea. Brighton being very strong as well. I think it's going to be a very tough game. I think this may be the game to watch out for. I think honestly it's going to be very tight. I was predicting 2-2 at one point as well, because Brighton have done fantastic this season with Graham Potter, as well as last season as well. So this one I was around 2-2 or 2-1 to Leeds, because Leeds have also done fantastically as well.
Nice.
And then Arsenal versus Fulham, I see that being 3-1 to Arsenal. You know, Fulham have done well this season. Mitrovic is on fire, let's say, in the Premier League. He's always done quite poorly in the Premier League compared to his championship stats as well. I think it's always been one of those ones where he was always, I don't know, prime Messi, let's say, in the championship, but when he would go over to the Premier League, he would be a poor man's Lukaku. Like, that's how bad he would be on top of Lukaku. But he's done great, you know, fantastically for Fulham this season, scoring some great goals, powerful goals as well. So, but I do see that being 3-1 to Arsenal. They've just been very dominant this season, man. 3 wins out of 3. Like, very strong team to watch out for. I think them and Tottenham are going to be the ones that are going to be giving Man City and Liverpool very much trouble throughout this season in terms of like the standings at the end of the league.
Sometimes it just moves.
And then of course you got Aston Villa versus West Ham as well. So this one's going to be for tomorrow now. I think honestly for this I do see it being 2-1. Both teams haven't been overly great, like Aston Villa as well. They haven't been great under Stevie G. Same with West Ham. They just got their win against Viborg in the Europa, but again that match was on Thursday, so I don't know how they're going to be in terms of their fitness for today's game. It may be quite challenging, but let's see. They might be tired, but I do see it being like 2-1 to West Ham. And again tomorrow, Wolves versus Newcastle. I think this will be the game for tomorrow. I do see this being a win for Newcastle, 2-1. You know, both teams having some fantastic players. You know, Wolverhampton, Portugal FC, as I always mention. You've got Guedes that just got acquired by Wolves. You've got let's say on his right side, he's got Neto. Midfielder as well, they just bought someone for like quite a high value. And I think just in general, like what they have embodied at Wolverhampton is just fantastic this season. And then of course you've got... who is in Newcastle doing fantastically, as just mentioned. You know, they're going to be a team to watch out for again, getting Europa this season. I think that's their focus for sure. I don't think Champions League will be the case this season. Once they make more acquisitions and understand how they could, you know, grow their team and, you know, if it's with transfers or their play style or whatever the case is, that's going to take time. And they need to give trust to Eddie Howe for that. So again, I do see that being 2-1 to Newcastle. And then finally, Nottingham Forest versus Tottenham. Nottingham Forest, honestly, have acquired so many players that they could actually make a full 11 based on the players that they've acquired for each position. Like, that's what they needed, though. I think they are looking to strengthen, not just for the short term, but they're looking at the long term, longevity within, like, the Premier League. They want to stay in the Premier League for the long run, and that's what the owner has said as well. And he's empowered, you know, the money expenditure and the trust to the manager, who's done fantastic for them. So, you know, I think for this one, it's going to be 2-1 to Tottenham. Again, Tottenham being, in my opinion, going to be 4th in the standings this season. I think a very good, you know, team under Conte they've got. So it's going to be interesting, man. But do let me know your thoughts, guys, in general. I know we've got some predictions for tomorrow, which do let me know what you think as well. Is going to be your predictions for the goal scoring, and hopefully by today 6 p.m. let's see how my predictions go, and hopefully fingers crossed we get some correct. But if you guys do love the content, the video itself of the Pro League and how we play the Pro match, you know, for this one, 7-1 domination, you know, complete performance from the team itself, so well done. Please do like and subscribe if you are enjoying this content. You know, we are on 287 now, so, you know, fantastic from us. You know, we are looking at going into 300 subscribers, which is our target. So please do share this with friends and family, pets and animals, or whatever the case is, so at least they could just hit that subscribe button and you know, enjoy the content. And I think it's one of those ones where it needs to be free flowing. So yeah, thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Take care and bye bye.
Nice.